creative brief is a 1 to 2 page strategic document used by in-house marketing teams, ad agencies, and freelancers to clearly define the scope, goals, and requirements of a creative deliverable. It goes beyond the standard project brief by capturing the vision, voice, and target audience of a brand or campaign for writers, designers, and video teams assigned to the project. Free artistic reign may work fine for personal creative projects, but if you're delivering corporate campaigns or client projects, clarity is everything. If your creative team doesn't understand the who, what, and why behind a project, they're more likely to miss the mark. That creates unnecessary stress and frustration and adds more time and money to the project, and nobody wants that. A clearly defined creative brief enables your team to deliver high-quality work with fewer rounds of revisions. By aligning your client's goals and expectations with the people doing the creative work, delivering the desired outcome will be quicker and easier. There's no single right format for writing a creative brief. It really depends on the kind of projects your creative team will work on and what you need to know to deliver quality work effectively and efficiently. For example, ad agencies may want to include background info about the client and brand guidelines, while internal teams already understand those things and don't need those extra details cluttering their creative briefs. Let's take a look at some common elements you may want to include in your creative brief. If you're writing a creative brief for an advertising agency or a freelance client, you'll want to capture a brief snapshot of the company so you and your team understand the organization behind the project. Give a quick summary of the company and the products or services they offer, and be sure to include a link to their website so team members can dig deeper if they need to. A general idea of the project helps set the stage for what's to come. Don't worry about going into a ton of detail here. Simply explain what the project is and why it was initiated in 1 or 2 sentences. If this project will help solve a particular business challenge, this is a great place to capture that information. Understanding project goals makes it easier for your team to get creative right the first time. So draw a clear picture of success in this section. Here are a few questions you may want to answer. What's the goal of the project? What action do you want the audience to take? And what key metrics will you use to measure success? This is where the rubber meets the road as far as what will actually be produced. List the key project deliverables and specify any size, format, color, or quantity requirements. Feel free to customize this section based on the kind of creative work that you'll be delivering. For example, you may want to break out specific options for file format and dimensions in a graphic design creative brief, while word count might be the only spec that matters to a copy job. You don't have to flesh out your entire project plan in this small space. That will come later. Just focus on major milestones, deadlines, and constraints your creative team needs to know right now. This line item might not apply if you manage projects for an in-house team, but if you work for an agency or as a freelancer, you better believe your clients have a budget. Use this space to document the amount of money and/or hours that's been allocated to the project. Depending on the size of your project team and stakeholder group, you may want to spell out who's doing what in your creative brief. Think of this as a high-level look at the people involved. Here are a few questions to consider. Who is the main point of contact for the client on this project? Who will serve as the project manager or lead? Who will be involved on our team and what are their primary responsibilities? And who are the key decision makers? Good creative doesn't happen in a vacuum. That's why it's important to know who your audience is and how your project will make their life easier. These 2 questions can help paint a clear picture of the people this project will serve for your creative team. Who are you trying to reach with this project or campaign? Make sure to include any relevant user personas and/or demographics. And why will this project campaign matter to your target audience? Describe how it solves a pain point, supports your audience's values, or motivates them to make a change. Understanding the competitive landscape can help your content writers, graphic designers, and video team find a unique hook and create truly innovative work. If your creative team doesn't have a firm grasp of the competition, use this section to answer questions like these. Who are the key competitors in this space? What sets your client or business apart from the competition? And how will this project or campaign stand out? Tone speaks volumes and sets the direction for any creative work. So provide clear voice and style guidelines as well as any specific messaging that needs to be incorporated. One simple way to communicate this information is to list 3 adjectives that describe the tone or personality your client or stakeholder wants this project to convey. Be sure to include any relevant source materials the team will need to get started. Feel free to share examples of past campaigns or outside projects you'd like your team to use as inspiration for this project. Click the link in the description to download our free Creative Brief template in Google Docs to help you save time. And feel free to customize it to fit your creative project needs. That's it for today. I hope this video helped you think through your next creative brief so you can deliver the best possible creative assets to your client or team. If you did find it helpful, I'd love it if you could return the favor and hit the like button. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of our videos. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.